All right, how y'all doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time y'all got going on right now. It's your girl, Dual Goddess, and Miss Max back with another round of a Pisces point of view. And
Welcome,
today,
welcome, welcome, welcome.
so
Go
today's
ahead.
subject is on you, Miss Max. What is it?
It's we are going to be discussing the difference of opinions between the Holocaust. Okay, sweetheart.
Right.
And
I'll edit that out.
the difference between the Holocaust and slavery. And do they get the same attention? So let me start by saying this. Um, I don't think they are the same. I don't think they need to be uh, compared. I do believe that they both were sad situations that happened. But when it comes to being for of it being recognized here, the Holocaust being recognized here in America, I think that that's just a way of the government trying to overlook again the things that they have done to the people that they actually brought to this land.
Right.
That's an issue for me. I feel like what was it like last week they were celebrating the Holocaust survivors and things, and like they made it this big thing. Like every channel that I turned to, it was all about remembering this and remembering that. And so many things have happened within slavery that should be remembered. And while they're pushing remembering the Holocaust, they're fighting to take everything Black history out of the schools.
Right.
It doesn't make sense to me at all, So like that's just my first take on it. How do you feel?
I agree. Simply put, one does not negate the other. Like you said, both were tragic happenings that shouldn't have been things that happened, honestly. And we are all humans at the end of the day. We should not be penalized or criminalized for our race or our religious beliefs
Mm-hmm.
or sexuality, gender, or any other type of shit. Like,
Right.
don't demoralize anyone. We're all human.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're all living the human experience right now. So let's, be respectful to human life. But with that said, yeah, because it's easier for them to write off uh, a race of people more
Mm-hmm.
so a religion of people. So they'll
I beg
uplift,
to differ on that too. But go ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead.
they'll uplift the religious folk and ignore us black, brown, and indigenous folk without an issue.
I get it. I understand what you're coming from, but if you think about it, especially here in America, when it comes to religion, the the home religion is Christianity, is Christian based,
All right.
and a lot of the well, I'm gonna say, you already know. I'm gonna
Um,
say,
I'm just going, yeah. Mhm.
yeah, okay, so, but the Christian base, I'm gonna just say that for now. It might come out later, but I really want to say, but um, it's at the end of the day, they try to make it supersede every other religion as though that's it, that Christianity is all be all. And when they pack that into the whole slavery and all that good shit or whatever, that's how you have the whole problem. Because for me, I at one point I believed in Christianity. I understood it for what it was supposed to be, not what they have it to be.
Right. Made it out to be right.
Right. And for me, Christianity is just like, well, any religion, if you look at it, if you look at the root of it, it's all about treating people kind with love. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, and that's supposed to be the root of it, and helping one another. But when you take that away from it and then you look at what they forefathers, not mine, but they forefathers have, set in stone pretty much, because it doesn't seem like anything is changing. Um, it's different. It's about power. It's about um, weaponizing skin color. It's about, demeaning people. It's about brutality. It's about murders. It's about a lot of other stuff that it really shouldn't be.
Right.
So for me, and like basing what you're saying about religion, no, they it's in that, because they consider religion to them Christianity, and that's not religion.
Right.
Religion is a different, it's different sectors, I'm gonna say.
I don't think so for them. And I say it because you gotta look at it like this. To them, it is more in their godly way to uphold another religious person. They feel like, oh yeah, you may call God by another name, but we still all serving God, right?
I don't agree. I don't,
So
like, for me, I
no,
don't, but go ahead.
when they're trying to sell their narrative as to
Oh
why
yeah,
they're
yeah,
pushing
yeah.
so hard to uplift, like you said, the Holocaust and stuff like that, it's because these are still godly people. But us as Black folk, brown and indigenous people, they don't really view us as humans or people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I mean when I say
Okay.
they'll uplift another religion over us, because it's still a superiority when it comes down to white supremacy versus.
Yeah, but if it's going to be white supremacy, if you look at it and they're saying God, yeah, I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, they still don't see it like that. They still look at any other religion as wrong, because
But do you think that they see any other religion as worse than being Black, brown, or indigenous?
absolutely, absolutely,
That's where we agree to disagree,
we're
because
going
I
we
do not.
really.
I do not.
So
No.
Islam and Muslims, like, that's second to, once you get out of Christianity, like, that's the first one that everyone looks at and be like, oh, you Muslim, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, why you doing that, or whatever the case may be. And then right under that is African spirituality in my book. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? The way that I look at it, for them to have
But
it,
the way
high
that they
up.
look at, yeah, but I'm speaking strictly on the way that they look at, like, Christians versus Catholics and versus Jews, Judaism. They view those two as similar to them. They still feel like they're the higher power,
But
they're the superior one,
that's still like
but
that.
they will still support
They
those
don't,
two.
I don't think I don't think it's grouped like that. Like, for me, I see it differently, because, like, when you have the Catholics and Christians, is the same damn thing, right? In my book, at the end of the day, you just have, it's just different ways that you praise him, but it's all the same. In my book, I look at Baptists, Christians, all that. Christians is Baptist, Pentecostal, all that is under one umbrella to me, right? Then you have everything else, like you have the Judaism, you have Islam, you have Buddhism, you have all of those other religions, or whatever the case may be. When I say that they look at these other ones, like, as a Christian, regardless of whether you're a Baptist Christian or a Catholic Christian, when you talk about these outside religions, they look down on them. But the first ones that they look down on first are Islam. You understand what I'm saying? Then it's like, for me, that's just how I feel. I don't really know. I'm not doing no research. This is what I feel. Okay. Like,
Right.
if I felt like doing the research, I would just, but I'm still gonna feel the way I feel at the end of the day. And I'm not here to give you education. I'm here to give you just my point of view. Now,
Right.
okay.
Some education does get thrown in here and
Because
out.
people be like, oh, but you haven't done this, and you like, I'm not trying to do that because I know how my experience is. So whoever be coming on here at the end of the day talking about what research it is, I ain't do no motherfucking research today. I'm telling you my experience at the end of the day. This is my experience, especially when it comes to the schools and all that other stuff. These are our point of views, not educational fucking facts. Like, at the end of the day, I'm just gonna put that out there for the world. Anywho, but for me, I just feel like, yeah, like when it comes to religion and that aspect of what you commented on, yeah, I don't see it as that. Like, Christians is all of that other shit. You know what I'm saying? When you tithing, you go ahead, that's Christians. Tithing is Christians. There we go.
No, like I said, no. Now we do sometimes bring up articles and stuff like that. Now we do some research. We do bring up some topics that are off of different articles that we've read, different videos that we've seen, even movies as well. So some of it is facts based. Some of it is dictionary based with Miss Max, but a lot of this is it's just our point of view. It's our opinions and how we feel about these things based on how we've experienced the world and our personal experiences. Hers is that they are more they prioritize more of be more supportive towards race versus other religion, and to me it's not, it's the other way around. You know, but that's just my experience on it.
Yeah,
so.
for me, it's not. I don't think it's so much based on the religion portion. It's more so the skin color portion at the end of the day, because I don't. Matter of fact, I'm going to look it up right now. 'I want to look it up because that way I can.
So what exactly are you looking up?
The time frame of the Holocaust.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, with that being said, it went from 1933 to 1945. Last time I checked, hold on, let's go ahead and.
She's gonna do the math real quick. She's gonna do that math real quick. $12 years. Right. So 12 years a slave wasn't even a drop in the bucket compared to how long our people actually suffered.
Right, but so just to give the facts, so it's 12 years for the Holocaust, right? And then we have 1776 to 1865 of slavery.
$89 years.
Why like how many years is that since you're doing math?
89 years.
How many?
89.
89 years of slavery.
That's why I said that movie 12 Years a Slave. That was a drop in the bucket compared to the full scope of years of trauma.
Wait. I think we lying. I don't think it's 400. It was 400 years, sweetheart. It was 400 years. No, so 400 years since slavery. Wait, hold on. Let's see.
Right, since slavery has ended. Right, but slavery lasted damn near 90 years.
I don't think that's right. Hold on.
The dates that you gave me, it was 89 years.
I'm going to do some more research.
Yes, ma'am. Now the research that they're going to give you is only based in the colonization
Right.
and racism
Right.
and slavery, not
Right.
necessarily slavery that was actually going on in Africa and the original starting of human trafficking and enslaving of other people within the continent itself. You're not gonna find that. I
Right.
mean, if you do, it's gonna be like that needle in the haystack type of research.
Right. I get it, but my point is this: at the end of the day, it was a long time. It was a long time for slavery. After slavery, our people didn't get no help. We were still treated as shit. We are still being treated as shit. Wow. The victims of the Holocaust and the descendants of the Holocaust were rewarded by Americans. You get what I'm saying? Like when they came here, they were, oh, this happened to you, this was so bad, yada yada yada. And they got money. They got shit. Fuck that. They got shit to make right. And we still out here just.
They got enough support to the point that they were able to build their own communities to keep their support within house. Because if you notice nowadays, a lot of them they stay within community.
Right. Especially, you ever been to New York?
Yeah. No, I've never been, but of course, I don't know no New York depiction where that's not the case.
Because wait, let me just make sure I understand my history. So the Jews, right? So the Jews, right? They were Holocaust victims, right? If I'm not mistaken.
You are not.
This happened in Germany, right?
Correct.
Not even in this country.
A lot of those areas.
And they came here, I guess, from refugees or whatever the case may be, escaping the Holocaust. Great. In New York, for these victims, if you go to New York, Jews own damn near everything in New York, especially Brooklyn and Queens and in Staten Island. They run it. You understand what I'm saying?
And it's Hell's Kitchen as well.
I don't know what the fuck Hell's Kitchen is. Like some shit I just don't even follow. I'm being honest. Like I am a born and raised New Yorker. I've never been to Coney Island, never been to the Statue of Liberty, been to Staten Island twice, and I was only to bury my mother and then go visit the grave. Like I'm dead serious. Like it's just as a New Yorker, some shit just ain't really my thing.
Right. Like I'm from South Florida, but I ain't never been to the Keys. And I barely go anywhere up in the central and northern area. Y'all can have all that.
Right. So it's but for me, I just feel like at the end of the day, I was pissed off. Like I was really pissed off last week, trying to watch TV and then every freaking commercial that came on had something to do with the Holocaust or whatever the case may be. And then we still like what pissed me off, and I'm gonna give this to my kinfolk. During Black History, we try to find, like, even outside of Black History Month, we find jokes on everything. We don't take nothing seriously, right?
Right.
And we make jokes about shit that don't need to be made fun of in this month. Like we'll make a meme about some old bullshit about, oh, this Black person should be recognized for, like, okay, Nick Cannon. They'll probably put a meme like first Black man in history that such as, you know what I'm saying? Like a whole bunch of kids or whatever the case may be. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like you don't see those type of You don't see those
That's
kind
where
of.
we're going. It's just
But I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying? Like I'm just using him because people make. I don't have an issue with Nick Cannon. Do what the fuck you
right,
want. That's your kids. That's your kids' life. They got to deal with that shit. That's the trauma
right.
that you build in. That great. If that's what you want, hey. At the end of the day, I just feel like we make fun of the severity of a lot of things, and then we wonder why other races don't take us seriously. We find joke on everything, and everything doesn't need to be made fun of. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
there's no reason why. I saw on TikTok or Facebook, I don't even remember. They had they redid a picture of Martin Luther King where he has a tape up and like all this. Like, why are y'all doing this? You understand what I'm saying? Like, why y'all doing that? Like, this is not like. And what's crazy is if somebody was to depict your Jesus like that, you get what I'm saying? Oh my, you understand what I'm saying? You'll be falling over. How dare you or whatever? But this is somebody that lost their life trying to help yours for a fact. You get what I'm saying? But yet you can find ways to make fun of this person in the month that he fought for us to even, like, he's one of the people that fought for us to have and for celebration. You get what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me that we take so many things that we fought for, well, our ancestors have fought for, and not even some people that still living today are fighting for, and we turn it into fun and games all the damn time, and it's ridiculous.
I understand, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second here.
Okay.
Because to me and for me and what I've seen, it's always those that say similar things like that also are the ones that be preaching, don't silence me, don't shut me down, don't try to censor me. But when it comes down to certain topics, certain people, certain subjects, sensitivity is required. Like you said, the Christians, they'll laugh at those memes about Dr. King and Maya Angelou and any of those other folks. They'll laugh at those memes, but if it once it hits a subject that is sensitive to them, like their God, their Jesus, or anything they feel is blasphemy towards their beliefs, then it's a problem. I don't think necessarily that everything needs to be sensitized. When you know it's coming from a manner of intent to be harmful, then yeah, call that shit out. Fuck no, because you weren't doing it to get a laugh. You were doing it to be facetious. You were truly being mean, spirited, evil, whatever you want to call it, negative. You just floating in that negative energy space. But when it's just, this is how I'm honoring this person. I'm updating their look or something, something like that is what they would look like in modern times, how fresh they could look in modern days, what I would think that person looked like if they were still walking the earth today, how they would have and carry themselves. And it's, to me, it's not, like I said, it's intent. It's all about intentions. So
I get it, but let's just, okay. I get it, but we already know that MLK, if he was living today, he would not be walking around with a tape up. Like that's like that.
You don't have to improve because I'm sorry. That job he was rocking back then with it. He was just gonna look like grandpa all day, every day.
But he would have been an old man today. Let's make it make sense.
Especially old Black men do keep themselves looking.
They do. But I don't think that MLK would have had waves, and like I don't think that, like, at this point, like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I get it, I get it. Like, oh, it's just fun and jokes or whatever. Great. Have your kiki, have your yuck yuck. But at the same time, it's like, why do we always have to make fun of everything that we do or that we have? Why can't we take anything seriously? You get what I'm
It's
saying?
not
Like,
that, and I don't see it that way because I don't think that people don't take it seriously.
mm-hmm.
Learning to find pleasure and joy in a moment does not mean you don't take that moment serious. It just means that because some people do need to find the pleasure and joy in a moment in order to combat the depression that they suffer on a daily basis in every moment.
But doesn't that
Sometimes taking a moment out for pleasure is necessary. And our people do it the most. And to me, we do it the best. But they don't negate the importance of these people, of these figures, of these moments, of these rights that they're fighting for. They just know how to put it in a way that's more so digestible to a lot of our people.
Okay. So with that being said, right, let's just say it like this. But if we as a people find it, we look at it like I get that we are that type of people. Like, I could say it, you can't. We do that all the time. We are those type of people. But do you think that because it seems as though if once we start doing something, other people feel like they have all rights to follow suit.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And for me, I just think that when it's done out in the open like that, or whatever the case may be, it gives this message that we don't.
It's fair game.
Right. You get what I'm saying? Well, you did it. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
that stems back to our conversation last week about, honestly, about the whole segregation versus integration situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we had segregation still, it would still be in our own communities. We would be able to make these jokes without worrying about others taking our stuff and using it as a way to go against us.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be like that. But we live in an integrated world.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to understand the world that we're living in, we still have to be comfortable with being ourselves and not take away who we are just because we don't want them to have all of our secrets. We have our secret spaces with our religion.
But do
we create them. Look here, look at our community. Queen Poet and
but here, hold on.
Spaces can be created though.
It is created, yes, and we do have that space. But even there, you understand what I'm saying? It's safe, but even there, people are still going to get offended. People are still going to feel some type of way. You understand what I'm saying?
Because right. It's not about whether taking an offense it's not about offense versus defense. It's about being comfortable enough in any environment, just like we had these conversations we've been having lately in these Zoom meetings. Being comfortable in your environment to speak on any and every fucking thing that you feel, and know that even when someone takes offense, that we're still able to have a conversation without it jumping to rah, 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 nah, you done triggered me, this, that, the third. We have not, at least since I've been in the community, I have not seen that be a situation. In other communities, I have seen where people will say something, somebody would take offense, and they wouldn't be able to communicate properly anymore. Then it become a whole argument. It become one person speaking over the other. We don't have that. That's what I mean by a safe space, where even when disagreements happen, even when offense is taken, we're able to communicate without the heat being brought up in any situation.
True.
So I want us to still feel free to do that. And we understand the true message behind these jokes and whatnot, even when they don't, even when they want to try to use it against us. We understood what it was meant for. We understood what it stands for. We got the message. Because even in the things that we put out in the open, there are still secrecies within them that they will never understand.
Right. So that even makes it worse, because if you don't understand something, right? And that's like I know how a gun work, but I don't know how a gun work. So therefore I'm not gonna touch a gun. You understand what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day. And I just feel like if you don't know the ins and outs of something, either first find out to see if it's gonna harm you first, or just leave it the fuck alone.
But then that shouldn't be against us to teach them or to try to encourage anyone to find out any damn thing. I don't want you to find out shit.
Exactly.
No, I want you to mind your damn business.
Exactly.
But here's the thing: we can't control everybody's shit. So yeah, we talk our shit out loud because we don't have our, like you say, our more sacred spaces, our segregated spaces that are just for our people, so we can have those ha-ha moments without people taking our ha-ha moments as us being disrespectful to the severity of those moments,
mm-hmm.
or the importance of those moments. But again, I don't want to be penalized for being happy in a moment, for making a joke about something that my people understand is a joke. My people understand the real message behind it.
Mm-hmm.
We get it. We get all the inner, the inner workings of everything that we say and do,
mm-hmm.
even when others don't.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not doing it for them or for their acceptance. We're doing it because this is how we communicate in our community.
Right.
So don't shut down one of our terms of communication just because it don't sit right with everybody.
Right. I agree. I agree with that. I agree. So, I mean, I hear what you're saying. I get it. But I also feel like at the same time, we still have to be mindful because there are, this happens. You get what I'm saying? Like, yes, we shouldn't take everything so seriously. Yes, we shouldn't be offended by everything that everyone else does. But I just feel like if they don't know the backstory of a lot of this stuff, I just feel like, you know where I stand. You know where I stand. Right. Don't touch it. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I don't know.
Girl, it is one of those, like a double-edged sword. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right. That's why I want to go to a country where it's like predominantly us. I want to go back to Africa. Like I was telling my sister that. Because,
but then, and it's hearing it from other groups of I've been a part of with African folks, or who were born in other countries and went back to Africa. Like, it's not always peaches and cream over there for us.
Absolutely. I know that. But for me, I rather, like, I get it. You understand what I'm saying? Right. Because I get that there are some that I feel like, us as Black Americans, or whatever the case may be, I get it. I get it on both ends, because, there's some African Americans that feel the same way about, other Black people that come to America. I get it. I just feel like if we're going to have the fight, at least it's among us. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't like.
Where I stand right there. I don't want to fight.
Right.
Nobody to be afraid of energy by fighting, because it's like I said, that double-edged sword. Even we know how it feels to go against our own people, or to feel like our own people are going against us. Those of us, the mulattoes, for instance, those that are biracial of us, feel like they don't really have a community within our community. Some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them can feel like, I'm dark enough to pass. Others are like, I'm too white and my own people don't accept me. Where when us as African Americans, we go over to Africa and we feel that judgment towards us, that those of us with less melanated skin feel, on an average everyday basis here in America.
Mhm.
Like we also know how it feels, but we continue to do this to one another.
I don't do it
Like
to anyone. I don't.
right,
I
and I
don't do
wish
it to my
that
own kind. You get what I'm
right,
saying? Like,
and I
cause
wish that was that way for everybody, but it ain't.
right when it comes to us, I hear you. You understand what I'm
I
saying?
want
Like I
peace.
said, right. And at the end of the day, I'm okay. I'm okay with, the discussion being had with us. You
Right.
understand? Like that's always going to be my argument. I'm okay with that discussion with us. But when I see that our discussion has now been is now
Use
someone
it,
else's
weaponize.
priority. You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
weaponized against us. Yeah, by the other folk. I understand. I get it. Like I wholeheartedly do understand, and I get everywhere you're coming from. I
mhm,
don't always have to agree to still take it
mhm,
in, and vice versa. Like that's why we have these conversations because it's some real shit. Like,
right,
bro,
right.
we have different points of views, and I love that we do because it meshes well for me. And it's just one of those things that I wish there was a solution,
Mhm,
but outside of everybody just getting their collective uh priorities in order, like we are Black folk, can we all just come together? Like I wish that all kinfolk could be kinfolk, but I get that we all can't be.
mhm,
It's never gonna stop me from wishing that we can.
right.
It's
Mhm,
never going to stop me from wishing for my utopia. Okay,
mhm. I get it.
for my people. I ain't even including others. I just want it for my own people. I want my utopia for my people. I want to find and build a space for my community, our community, for our
Mhm,
ancestors to be able to say, we claim this space for our people
right.
and bring their energies there to rest
But there's
because
always
we
gonna
got
be that
ancestors
one.
out there,
There's
right?
always gonna be
That
that
they
one.
ain't
What
gonna
can I
never
do
have
to
that
help the
energy.
situation? I would love to be a part of your community. Get your ass out.
What you can do is stay over there.
Right,
Stay in the left wing because we don't want no part of you. We
right,
appreciate all
right.
you do. But yeah, utopia for my kind.
I agree. I agree. So in closing, this was kind of short this time though. And I think that this conversation actually just brought back the last three conversations that we had, um,
Wrap them all in a nice
wrap
little
them all
tidy bow.
up and, and just say, hey, in order to help us, this is what we would like for you to do. For those who want to know what you can do to help, talk to your own people, stop talking to us. Like that's in a nutshell. That's my point of view. Like, and then once y'all get y'all shit together, then somebody from our side will come talk to somebody from your side, and then we'll figure out if it can happen. You know what I'm saying? Where we're
Right.
able to unlock the gates and stop gatekeeping and stuff like that when we know the actual intentions of all. But until then, that's just my feeling. Like, talk to your people, don't talk to me. In that
You
sense,
heard it.
in the sense of how can you help? Because you can't help me on my side if you're not willing to go over there and talk to your people.
Very true. Very true. All right. So preparing yourselves for later this week.
That this week
Friday.
I want to be able to pick it up next week, right? For Friday.
Okay.
I want to not so much pick it up, but switch shifts a little bit. And I want to talk about love.
Yes. Because
Yes.
next week, we will be speaking on now and then pleasure rounds. So you're gonna get in it, get a little spicy with it, show a
Okay.
little love, a little heart,
Well, thank you again, you
Valentine's
guys.
Day next week. So yes, I went back. I love it.
Exactly. So thanks again, you guys, for watching. And don't
So,
forget to hit that like and subscribe button. See you later.
love her.
Peace.